Alright, everybody. We're back in the saddle. It's more fucking tier lists. This time it's anime related, so everybody can enjoy. The last time was really broad topics that everybody should know about, but this time is what you really came for.
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
So at the start of our last tier list video, I made a request of the audience to make tier lists for us to do. And I don't remember who, but somebody made a Studio Bones anime tier list, and I thought this is the perfect type of tier list. Like, individual studio, because there's obviously going to be lots of variety. Like, I saw a lot of tier lists that would be like, Miyazaki movie tier list. Well, nothing's going to go in the D category.
Yes.
You know? Like, it's never going to happen.
We need variety here.
Now, this person has gone ahead and put their own opinion in the ranking. They have Dandy as S tier, Space Cowboy as A, which I assume refers to the Bebop movie, because the show was not made by Bones, so I would not consider it an A. We'll get into that. Full Metal is a B, Angelic Layer is a C, and Stranger a D. I don't know if I think Stranger's a D either, but I'm not going to fuck with it. It's funny enough.
It's good.
I think 5 is probably enough categories for this.
Yeah.
Now, I know you will have not seen a lot of this. I've seen most Bones shows because they're a studio that I generally, have tried to watch all their shit.
Boy.
I think there's maybe 2 or 3 that I haven't seen a single episode of. But the first one is The Daughter of 20 Faces, which is one of the shows that I've only seen a single episode of. It's about a little girl who becomes a phantom thief, I guess, and then she grows up. There's some time skips. I don't know anything about it, really, so we're going to go ahead and create a I haven't seen this column here, or haven't seen enough to have an opinion. God, I created it in the fucking... What did I do?
You ruined it!
D. Well, I didn't like Stranger being D anyways. Yeah, let's go ahead and make that no opinion.
What color are you going to make it? Purple? Purple?
Purple. Alright, so
There we go.
I don't have enough opinion on that. Aiko. We both watched this for Finish or Fail last year. It had some really great action, some really stellar animation. The first few episodes were great, and then it
fell apart.
It went rocketing downhill once the plot started to move along. This show is like the epitome of what I hate about mystery shows, mystery box, I'll call it. Not a traditional mystery show, but like shows that try to reveal as little about the plot as possible and just keep teasing that, ooh, there's more to this story than meets the eye, and then you get there and inevitably it's always fucking dog shit.
Oh my god, the fucking ending was a nightmare.
So what do you think of Aiko?
Probably a C, because like there's enough positive things about it, but I think it failed just what it was going for.
It's hard to think of. I think I might consider it a B, but it's because I don't know how stratified this is going to be. Like, I mean, I don't know if enough Bones shows are bad enough that I would put a lot below Aiko, so we'll put it at a C for now, and we'll find out if it needs to be moved later. The next one is Angelic Layer. I don't think either of us has seen it.
Gonna have to watch it for my Clamp retrospect, which I will one day produce.
Which has been in the works for
kind of
2
like
years,
Slider's
and you have
thesis paper.
Yeah.
I've just been drinking for inspiration.
Yeah, and not working on it in any way at all.
I bought manga.
All right.
I read a little bit of RGV.
Boku no Hero Academia. You know what? Okay, I'm glad I put Aiko in C, because yes, this is a Studio Bones tier list, and it's more about distinguishing the top echelon than the bottom. Because I would only consider this to be a B.
Me too.
It's fine. It's a good show. I have no problems with it. It just is extremely generic shonen. If you've seen enough shonen, you've definitely seen this show. And I appreciate that a lot of people will say, like, oh, well, but I love shonen, so, like, that's not a problem for me. It's a good shonen anime. It doesn't have the problems. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It doesn't have any problems, which puts it above most shonen. But the ones that I love are exceptional. You know, there's nothing about it that's exceptional the way that Yu Yu Hakusho
Definitely.
or
I think
Hunter
for
Hunter.
something to be an A or an S, it has to be exceptional.
Right. I would say so as well. Bungo Stray Dogs, I dropped it after 2 episodes, or
D.
maybe even 1 episode. Yeah, probably. If it's not...
D's
if
nuts.
I didn't even enjoy it enough to watch it. Is this, Captain Earth? I think I dropped Captain Earth after, like, 3 or 4 episodes.
What is it about?
It's a mecha show. It has really beautiful animation, particularly in the first episode. The first episode looked absolutely incredible, but it quickly just kind of didn't make much sense. It's probably a C or a D. I don't know because I didn't watch enough of it. I'll go ahead and put, from my experience, it's probably a C. Chaika, the Coffin Princess. Probably also a C. I only watched the first couple episodes of that. I think I watched 3. It was fine. It's just like a pretty standard fantasy light novel adaptation. There was nothing wrong with it. Nothing that made me
I've literally never heard of it.
Chaika, the girl with the big fucking eyebrows and the white hair.
Oh, yeah, her?
Yeah.
The fucking meme?
Yeah, she's a meme.
Meme princess?
She is a meme princess and a
Oh,
coffin
boy.
princess. Oh boy, Concrete Revolutio. Okay. I think I watched like the whole first season of this. Maybe not. I can't remember because it was a nightmare that I wanted to love very badly. The aesthetic of it is fucking awesome. The plot is absolutely insane. But the writing is just like confusing in a way that's not entertaining, which is how I feel about most of Sho Aikawa's writing. He's the one who wrote it. The aesthetic is so fucking cool, but everything else about it rubs me the wrong way. So I'm putting it in C. I don't hate it. Space Dandy is absolutely S tier.
Yes, the S tier was just created for Dandy.
Yeah, Space Dandy is one of the greatest shows ever
boy.
made, for sure. Darker Than Black. I enjoyed it. I've seen the first season probably twice, way back in the day. I haven't rewatched it in a long time. Great Yoko Kanno soundtrack. Interesting story. Great character designs. It doesn't have the best ending, and it's not super memorable. But I think, based on how I felt about it at the time, I would probably give it an A. I think it's one of the it's an interesting
Man,
show.
this list is making me realize like I have not seen enough Bone shows to even
No.
call myself an anime fan.
I mean, it's just that I was really into Bones.
Everybody's really into Bones.
Not as much as you would think in the 2000s. I think that they've developed a reputation more recently because of like FMA Brotherhood and My Hero and all that shit, Soul Eater. But like, because Bones branched off from Sunrise. In like the year 2000 or so, and well, they would have branched off a couple years earlier, but they started making shows in 2000, and like they had a lot of flops. They had a lot of shows that they were original because they were always trying to make originals, and a lot of them didn't really get that much attention or sales. They started doing more adaptation work, and like certain shows of theirs broke in the West, but like the idea of paying attention to anime studios was not even remotely in the popular consciousness of Western anime fans until the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like, until, like, 2009, 2010. I was into it a little before that. Like, I, in, like, 07 had caught on to studios and was like, oh, shit, I'm gonna, like, watch everything by a studio. Because, I just thought most studios have enough of an identity that you can more or less bet that like your favorites are all going to come from the same couple studios, you know? And Bones has a very strong identity, particularly when it comes to action animation. They almost always have incredible action animation, you know? So as a big action fan, it was like a no-brainer to go watch all the Bones shows after a certain point. Anyway, this is the Escaflowne movie. It's okay. I haven't seen it in a long time. It looks really beautiful. The story is very weird as compared to the TV show because it's like a hyper condensed version of the show but makes a lot of changes to it. I remember mostly being confused when I watched it as a kid, but I don't know, it's probably a B. I am definitely interested in watching it again. Eureka 7 AO I have not watched. I've heard it's garbage.
Garbaggio.
Pretty much all of Eureka 7 after the original show is pretty lowly regarded by fans of the original show, but I'll put it in no opinion for now. Eureka 7 is S tier, one of my favorite anime of all time. You've seen the
From
first...
what I've seen of it, I've seen like the first
6 or 7?
6, I think.
Something like that.
I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, it's a good time.
See more.
So we've got the original Full Metal Alchemist. I would put this in B tier because it starts off pretty strong. Like, the first half of the show is a more direct adaptation of the manga, but with a lot of filler thrown in that I honestly think sucks. Like, in retrospect, if you watched it at the time, it didn't feel like filler. But when you go back after watching Brotherhood, and like those episodes feel like a huge fucking waste of time because they don't progress the story in any way. And the point of all of them is exactly the same. It's always some villain who is like similar to Ed, and it's like, yeah, we're not so different, you and I, kind of thing, you know, challenging his morals, but not in any interesting ways, and they're boring. And then the second half of the show, the plot goes totally off the fucking rails once Sho Aikawa, once again, was left to his own devices to continue the story. So, you know, it's fine. But Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is definitely an A.
For sure. There needs to be a V category for Fake Yoda.
But yeah, Brotherhood, I mean, everybody knows what's good about it. I wrote a blog post one time about how I thought it was the ultimate show for the West.
Yeah.
Ayakashi Ayashi, I have not seen. I think that's what the show's called. That was one of the early Bones shows that was not very successful. I think that was the one that, like, because studios have this tendency that, like, in their early career, they might have, like, an original that takes off and does really well, and then the next one totally bombs, and then they have to reconsider their strategy. I think that was the show that did that to Bones.
Oh, look, it's Butthole Weeb's favorite anime.
Butthole Weeb's favorite anime. I've seen the first 6 episodes of this. I was totally bored and dropped it. I would probably put it in D category based on what I've seen, but I will, reassess in the future. Hero Man. I have not seen any of Hero Man. This is the one that Stan Lee co-created.
Oh, that's fucking excellent.
Appears
Rest in peace.
Yes.
Oh my god, I just, like, that's sad.
Yeah. Excelsior.
Oh, no.
Next we have Hisone Tomaso-tan.
Solid A for me.
Yeah, I would give it an A as well. It was a very enjoyable show.
A lot of creative ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
Ultimately I only gave it like a strong 7 because of the fact that there are parts that are just weird and confusing.
They don't make any sense.
Some
at
of the
all.
middle episodes, the characters are just like too unrelatable in a way that only Mario Okada could write. I think it's not her fault. I think it's just that she herself is unrelatable because she's had a fucking weird life and she doesn't know how to write about normal people in a normal way. But it's fine. What the hell is this? I don't even know what this show is. I think this was the kids show that they produced when they, like, the first show that they did. I've never seen it.
I can't even tell from where I'm sitting.
It looks like it was made in 1999, so that's why I'm assuming that. Juo Sei, I've only seen the first 2 episodes of this. They were pretty badass. I'm going to have to put it in no opinion because I don't know how... Like, it's one of those that I've heard opinions either way about it. Like, a lot of people say the ending's not that good or that it, like, crunches a lot of the manga into a short span of time because it's only, like, 11 episodes. So for now, we'll say no opinion. Blood Blockade Battlefront. I only ended up watching the first 3 of this just because it was airing at the time, and I just didn't get around to catching up. It's interesting. I like a lot of things about it. I thought that the directing was really chaotic. I did a video about it way the fuck back when it was airing, but I don't know. It's probably a C or a B. I'd have to, like, watch more of it to really determine, but for now, we will drop it in the C category. Tokyo Magnitude 8.0.
Ooh, D.
Yeah, we tried to watch this. We watched the first 2 episodes.
Normcore.
And total normie shit. Really boring. Just the episodes...
Boring and really predictable.
It was extremely predictable. And, like, the idea of it is, like, an 8.0 earthquake hits Japan, and it's supposed to be this super realistic take, but, like, it doesn't show any, like, bodies or anything. Like,
I would rather watch that fucking disaster movie with The Rock again. San Jose, like
San Andreas.
San Andreas, yeah.
I
literally.
I haven't seen that one, but I
it's awful.
All right, what the hell? I think this is the Mars Daybreak. I've never seen any of it personally. Mob Psycho 100. I think we'll have to put this in the S tier.
I would say all the way. S all the way.
Yeah, it's definitely the strongest Bones property in the last few years. Incredible animation like you've never seen anywhere else. Just a great story with great characters. I think both seasons have run into the issue of the last few episodes being like, kind of monotonous. Well, see, this is where I'm starting to wish there was more nuance, because I definitely like Eureka 7 and Space Dandy a lot more than Mob Psycho, but I also like Mob Psycho a lot more than these FMA. Three, and I like these more than these, and it's just like, this is, this is why you need a more complex rating. But yeah, I think for this chart, and for it being Bones, I think it's fair to put it in S tier. It's definitely going to go down as an important show. Number 6 is D tier. It's a really bad yaoi show, yaoi sci-fi show that,
I thought it was called D tier. What is the show?
Number 6.
Okay. Is it like Norn 9? Nornet 9?
No, it's better than Norn 9. Norn 9 Nornet. What the fuck was it called? Oh, boy.
It's just what it looked like from this angle, but there's only 2 guys. So.
Noragami is like...
It has good music. That's all I know about it.
Noragami is a show that was pretty popular, but if it had come out in the early 2000s, it would have been the most popular show. Like, it would have been... It's very much in the vein of the stuff that was popular in the West in the 2000s. But, like, it just felt very, like, cliche to me and old hat. I would definitely give it a C. I watched a few episodes. Was not impressed. Uran High School Host Club. I might put this... This is definitely at least A tier. I haven't rewatched it in a long time.
I'd say it's A. Yeah. I liked it just fine.
Have you seen the whole thing?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's a... I love the directing, the visual aesthetic of it.
I don't think I saw the whole thing, because, like, I think I watched it partially mad long ago, but I did enjoy what I saw.
It's definitely a show that gets kind of repetitive, because it's 26 episodes, and it doesn't have an ending, so it just kind of feels like you're plodding along towards no destination. But the characters are good, the visuals are great. Kurao Phantom Memory... This is another one of the really early Bones shows that was, like, kind of what were they thinking. The biggest problem with this show is that it's about a girl named Kurao, who's, like, I think she's, like, an Esper, just like a superhuman. She's just got superpowers, basically. And she is cloned, and her clone is, like, a lolly, but she considers her little sister.
I see.
And the little sister is named Kurisumasu. Because Kurao's happiest memory is of Christmas with her family, who I think die in, like, the first episode. So she names her little sister Kurisumasu. So half of the dialogue in this show is, Kurao! Kurisumasu! Back and forth over and over again. It's really annoying. Razafon. This was the first Bones original. It was their attempt to do Eva again. There's been a lot of debate over the years over whether or not Razafon is an Evangelion ripoff. The fact of the matter is, it's very different from Eva, but it is an Evangelion ripoff. I mean, it only exists because Eva allowed it to exist. Mm-hmm. It has visual callbacks to Eva. It's nowhere near as good as Eva, but it's really interesting as an experiment because they had, like, different episode directors on most episodes that really left their mark on it. So certain episodes are, like, incredible, and others are, like... That was weird. I would overall probably give it a B. I have to rewatch it. Show by Rock. This is a show I wanted to love. The main character has the best character design of all time. The first, like, 5 minutes of the first episode are amazing. Amazing. But yeah, it quickly is just like, okay, well, this plot is stupid, and there's too much visual information on screen all the time. I couldn't
watch it.
I'd give it probably a C. Scrapped Princess. This show I've seen all of. It was a fantasy adventure from the early 2000s based on an early light novel. It's pretty good. It's just generally pretty good. It's got a kind of interesting world, kind of interesting characters, kind of interesting plot. Nothing that wowed me or blew me away. Have never felt this particular urge to rewatch it. I'd probably put it in B. It's pretty good. I've never seen The Skull Man. I think this was a 3-episode OVA from the mid-2000s or late
Skull
2000s.
Man.
Shirayuki Hime. I actually like Shirayuki Hime a lot.
Watch this so bad.
It's 2 seasons of characters who are all just really nice, really good people being really nice and really good to each other. It can get pretty boring and slow at times, but I just really like the characters and the vibe of the show. Aesthetically, it's fucking beautiful. So I'm going to put it in A category. Even though it's one of those shows that like I give like a 7 out of 10, I still have like, I have good feelings about it, you know? Mm-hmm. I guess that's how I feel about Hisane Tomaso-tan as well. It's like, it's not that I particularly thought it was an amazing show, but like it sticks out in my mind as something unique and memorable for its own reasons. Soul Eater, I feel similarly about.
A.
I'm hesitant to give it an A because I've read the manga. And
yeah,
the manga's a lot better. Like the anime adaptation, the problems with it are that for one thing, the pacing is really hurt bad by animation. The story just kind of has they made up their own ending that just kind of suddenly ends. Mm-hmm. And they stop right before the best arc of the manga. The character designs look incredible. The art, the design work is incredible. And there are episodes that are pretty hype when you get to see some of the crazy animation that Yutaka Nakamura brings to the table, as always. That's nice. So I'm going to put it in B.
Yeah.
I think
it's better than Boku
no Hero.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to rewatch them both, honestly. I mean, there's definitely more aesthetic intrigue in Soul Eater. I just don't know if the storytelling's as good. But it might be. I mean, Soul Eater's like one of those shows that like has great moments and then also moments that are like, why?
So it's an anime.
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe, whatever. We'll put it in A. I like Soul Eater. I've got posters for it in my house, so clearly I care about it a little bit. Star Driver. Ooh. I never finished Star Driver, even though I absolutely loved it. I've only seen the first, 16 episodes, but it's, the same writer as Revolutionary Girl Utena, and this is very obvious. It feels like Utena, but with mechs. It's very cheeky and sexual. Did I show you the first episode of Star Driver?
You did.
That's right. Yeah, it's a weird ass show, but it's really interesting. I'm gonna put it in A. I like it a lot. Sword of the Stranger. Final battle is the greatest action scene ever animated. It just straight up is. The other fights are also good. The story is dog shit. The movie is paced badly, written badly, and the animation is inconsistent outside of the fight scenes. So I'm going to give it a C because you cannot possibly give it a D when it has the greatest fight of all time, which I've literally watched hundreds of times independently. I don't know what this is. This looks like some kids show. I'm trying to look at it up close. Yeah, I don't know it. Some kids show that I've never heard of. Tower of Druaga was a film series. I never watched it. It's based on a 70s manga. I've seen some cool sakuga from it, but no opinion. Ungo. This was a mystery show based on the 1800s writer Ango something. Do you know who I'm talking about? Because I know you know about Japanese mystery history for some reason.
Yeah, I took a class that was about writing mysteries in other cultures, and it was specifically about Japanese mystery novels. Yeah, this guy was a very experimental writer from either the early 1900s or late 1800s, but this is an adaptation of his work, except that it's also set in the future, and it's just a bunch of weird crazy shit kind of shit. It's one of those that's just this could only exist in anime. This is a weird fucking idea. It was a show that was every week I would watch the next episode
just because it was so perplexing that it existed, and it was like kind of good, but not good, you know? So I'd give it a B. I watched the whole thing. I was entertained, but I never understood what the hell was going on at all.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Wolf's Rain. I would also give it a B.
Yeah, me too.
There's a lot to like about Wolf's Rain. Audio visually, it's incredible. It's got one of the coolest aesthetics, one of the best soundtracks by Yoko Kanno.
Yeah, I fucking love the soundtrack.
It's got an amazing ending, very dark and crazy ending.
Fucking wolves.
But it's like 26 episodes long. The plot usually isn't moving, and neither is anything else. It's just like very fucking slow and boring and contemplative a lot of the time. Zammed Lost Memories. I don't even think I watched half of this, but I've always wanted to. This is similar to Star Driver, a show that I was really into but didn't watch all of. It has some fucking amazing animation. This was released as a PlayStation 3 original series. What is going on your computer? It's just auto playing a video right now.
Yeah, I finished the podcast. And
you're just playing my videos.
Don't you know that I do this literally all the time?
Yeah.
I just leave the computer and you can play your videos.
So now we've got a tier list over there and a tier list over here. Anyway.
It's partially completed too.
Yeah, I kind of want to put Zammed in no opinion just because I haven't finished it. Boy. It would either be a B or an A. That is guaranteed. But I don't know which. I guess because of the fact that I didn't finish it, I would give it a B for now. But it could be an A if I finished it. And then lastly, we have Zetsuen no Tempest. This show is okay. It was one of those where, again, amazing action animation and all that, as you expect from Bones. It was another kind of mystery box show where, you know, it was like all action-centric at the beginning, and then once it got more plot-centric, the plot was retarded. Mm-hmm. And there's a time skip like halfway through, and everything post-time skip is just increasingly stupid. The last few episodes are really bad. So probably a C. It's probably better than Aiko overall, but not by much. So yeah, this is probably what we're looking at.
It's pretty aesthetic to actually look at it as sorted this way.
Yeah, it's nice. So the best Bones shows, I guess, are Space Dandy, Eureka 7, and Mob Psycho. I didn't expect Mob Psycho to be so high up, like, as somebody who's been a Bones fan for a long time, because, you know, obviously Darker Than Black, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Uran, and Soul Eater have been in my life for a long time. These are older shows that, you know, I've known about for a long time, but, like, all of them are, like, solid 8 out of 10, 7 to 8 kind of range, you know? Like, good shows that I do like that maybe would appear on, like, the bottom half of my top 100 favorite anime, you know? Mm-hmm. But, you know, Dandy and Eureka 7 are both absolutely in the top tier. Mob Psycho is just outside of it. It's just a little further down. I would think it was just as fair to put it in A category, if not for the fact that I do like it more than the other stuff that's in the A category. Yep. Some of this stuff could be moved around if I finished it, but yeah, I'm comfortable with this. This was the only show where I felt like the characters could be tier listed.
Indeed.
So we're gonna go through. First of all, this guy, unmemorable character.
Yeah.
He's not that great.
He kind of sucks.
I'm gonna put him in C because there's even less memorable characters in Durarara. The crazy woman who's in love with him.
Also a C. I know.
She's not that. Oh memorable.
My god.
This is the father,
great.
Right?
Yeah.
He's pretty entertaining. It's kind of one note.
Yeah. B.
I put him in a B. This is the crazy bitch, right? One of them.
Yes.
I don't remember much about her.
Me neither.
Probably C tier.
I'd put her D.
Well, this guy is what I think like D tier. I don't even remember what he does. I don't remember anything about him.
Is that the Stalker Girl?
Yes, this is the Stalker Girl. I think she's B. She has a moment in season 2 that was like that kind of sold me on her more, where I think she like tricks Izaya because she's like she's even more, it's implied that she's even more powerful if it's on the subject of the guy she's obsessed with. Like, she knows everything possible connected to him somehow.
Wait, no, isn't that her, though?
No, that's the actual girl.
Oh, you're right.
That's
you're
the girl
right.
who she's imitating, yes. I think.
Erica, I love her.
Yeah, she's great. Absolutely a delight every time she's on screen.
Excellent supporting character.
I don't remember this character at all. Don't remember him. Isaiah, S tier. One of my favorite anime characters of all time. I have a whole video about him getting punched in the face, which is one of my favorite things. Is this the cop?
Is that All Might?
I think this is the cop, right?
Yeah.
He's alright. I'd give him a B. I wish he had done more. Like, he never really does anything. He's just like a cool aesthetic character who doesn't really do anything. This guy, the guy from Dollars, he's, you know what, actually, let's put him down in C. I'll put this guy in B.
Yeah.
He has some great moments. Not really a standout personality.
Yeah.
The part where the big brawl at the end of season 2 is probably his best moment. Where you just get to see how much of a brick shithouse he is. This girl I don't remember that much.
I don't remember liking her very much.
Yeah, she is hot, so I'm gonna put her in C just for being hot. Is this the actor, the brother?
Yes.
Yeah, C.
Yeah.
Never cared about him.
A lot of the characters in the fucking later seasons are just like...
Yeah, they're not that memorable.
There are so many good characters in the first season.
Isaiah's sister... I think both sisters would probably get a B. They're both really hot and they're fun, but they never accomplish anything. Yeah. Once again, there's too many characters in Durarara who don't do anything at all. The actual girl who's not the Stalker Girl, she's pretty boring.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if she'd be a C or a D. I don't really remember anything she does, if anything exists, other than just be with the guy after a certain point.
Give her a C.
Yeah. Ryugamine.
An A.
He's a good boy. Good main character. Started the Dollars. Yeah. Kind of a big deal. This is the Judo Girl. I gave her a B. She's one of the more fun additions. I like her design. I like that she beats people up. This is the actress girl, right?
Don't like her very much. She was kind of annoying.
She was a little boring.
She isn't even that hot, IMO.
Oh, our other main guy, Kita Masaomi.
Hey,
yeah,
he's fucking so fun.
He's entertaining. I like him a lot.
All right. S, I love him. He's like the best. He's
like a very convincing rapist.
Yes. That's a fair description.
Oh boy. Shizuo, obviously S tier. He's iconic.
Indeed.
Oh my god. His buddy, I had to put him in C tier because he doesn't really have a personality.
No.
I mean, I want to like him, but he didn't really do anything.
Oh, look at it's bad salty.
Oh yeah. I mean, the biggest problem with her is that the show really tried to push her in season 2 as an important character, and then she just kind of ends up being a sidekick to Shizuo. I don't know, C or B? What do you think?
B. I like her more than...
I like her enough. I mean, she's fun. She's cute, but her internal monologue scenes were what bothered me the most. If not for that, I think she would have been better. This guy's fucking great.
I love that guy.
I would put him in A tier. He fucking shoots shoots fire at people. That's pretty awesome.
He has no
I don't
eyes.
even remember.
Me neither. D.
Wait, is this the bad guy kid?
Yes, you're right. You're right.
This is a weird outfit. I don't remember him ever wearing a white overcoat, but I think he's the asshole kid. No, that's this kid. Who the fuck is this kid?
I have no idea. Put him in D.
Yeah, I don't remember this character. The other sister, B tier. She's, cute. I like her personality, but this guy, he was alright.
What did he do?
I think he was the one who was with the little girl.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. That's good. That's good.
I don't even see the little girl in here. Is this her? No, this is Henri, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they left out the lolly girl completely. That's odd. Well, Henri's pretty okay. I like her character arc.
B.
Her personality didn't do much for me.
She's not as good as
the
rest, but
this is that kid who studied under Isaiah. I always thought he was just a little shit.
He is a shit eater.
I mean, that's kind of the point, but like it was a little annoying just to be like, oh great, I had to deal with this fucking dick writer.
C for shit.
Yeah. Celty S tier. Well,
you think
I
so?
don't know.
I give her an
A
tier.
I got sick of her as the show went on.
Yes, her personality is kind of like.
It's just because I like the idea of this dichotomy of like she's really just a shy, girl who like wants to keep to herself and stay with her guy, and like, but she's also a creature of the night, and like she saves people. She's very heroic. But yeah, in the later seasons, they kind of, I don't know, she comes off a little self-important.
Definitely. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. This guy was really entertaining.
Yeah, I liked him.
He was probably one of the better additions in season 2. I don't know if I give him a B or an A.
I give him an A.
Yeah, all right. And I'd give Simon an A.
Yes.
Every time he's on screen is delightful.
I'd give Simon an S. He's fucking great too.
I don't know if I could put him on the same level as those other 3, but he's pretty great.
He's fucking fantastic.
This probably is not. I mean, I know a lot of people hate the Doctor Shinra. That's his name, right?
Fuck you.
Is that it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
But if you hate him, fucking come at me.
But yeah, I think most people wouldn't be surprised by this layout.
How do you feel about him?
Where is the fucking lolly?
Where would you put him?
I would have probably put him in A. I'm entertained by him, but I wouldn't put him on the same level of like iconic as Izaya and
Shinra
Shizuo.
is like my dream man.
Yeah.
If there wasn't anime YouTube in this world.
Yeah. Where the hell was the lolly? She's completely not on here. I feel like there's somebody else missing too, but it's not coming to mind. But she's probably the most major character who they left off. And then wasn't there like there's like an old guy in season 2, like related to this gangster. Mm-hmm. Some of the villains from the later seasons are definitely missing, and I don't remember who this kid is at all. But whatever. I think you guys get the point. We like the characters that are good.